Right, so this is the Pink Ladies protest in Parliament Square.
Imagine thousands of us pink-clad warriors flooding town halls, petitions in hand, banners and flags high, demanding secure borders and prioritising our and our children's safety. It already has started to work in epic protest forced reviews, in Canary Wharf, your pink flares lit up the nation's conscience.
I was thinking that Louis Aaron would be here, but he's not. So this is the Pink Ladies' voices for our children.
Let's see if somebody wants to speak to me.
Let's see if somebody wants to speak to me. Hi guys. Can I ask you a couple of questions? I've got a partial channel. Alright, thanks man, thanks. Can I ask you a couple of questions? My channel's impartial, it's on YouTube, and I just wanted to understand why you're here today.
I thought that was obvious.
Yeah, I know, but you know, it's for the people. You know, when people watch, it's always nice to hear it from the horse's mouth. Do you see what I mean? Like, I could say, oh, they're here for this and that, but it's always good to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Well, we're here for the women and children for a start. We're here for to stop the migrants.
Right.
You know.
So what are you hoping for generally as a whole,
Just to go back to being British, really.
Yeah.
You know, British values.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, yeah. I'll come back to you when you thought.
I mean, I've already spoken to a chap from the Daily Mail, so you know, yeah.
They're mainstream. I'm sorry, but my channel's impartial. But when it comes to things that affect UK generally, I'm not impartial. Do you see what I mean? And the mainstream media, I just think, oh.
I just told him to print the facts.
Yeah, they take a little clip of it and then they put their own agenda on it.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, we are frightened. I mean, I can't go out late at night on the street anymore. You know, and
I'm old enough to remember the days when the crime wasn't as bad. Put it that way. So I do understand where you're coming from.
Yes. And you know, being a woman and you're on your own, it's frightening. It really is frightening when you come.
Are you hoping for? I mean, what are you hoping for about Keir Starmer? Anything from him? Anything you want from him?
Him to leave.
That's clear.
Him to leave, but not just him. The whole party, because they're against the British person in this country.
And while I've got you, what do you think about digital ID?
I hate it. I don't need it. I've got my national health number, I've got my passport, I've got my driving licence, I've got my birth certificate, I've got my national insurance number. What do I need ID for?
Everybody's questioning that and thinking that it's got a lot more to do with control.
It is. Oh, definitely, yeah. He's being controlled by WEF and the WHO and UN, BlackRock, Fabian Society, you name it.
So hopefully, I think there's a protest happening on the 6th of October, I think, as far as I know, against the digital ID.
Yeah, I've only just literally saw that this morning, so I've got no, you know.
So at least people are waking up and thinking about it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of British, mainly, you know, the British working person, the British person. Sorry. Yeah, the British person are waking up now. I mean, and also, I feel for the legal migrants who paid a lot of money to come here to work, to be part of the British life. They've integrated, you know, and you think to yourself, they're letting all these others in without passports, without any.
It doesn't seem fair, does it?
It's not fair at all.
I just recently saw the council dragging a homeless person's tent off of the common. I just got a film of it with all his sleeping bag inside and everything. He wasn't there, but it just makes me wonder, you know, they're always having a go at the homeless in this country, and yet it's quite, you know, I can't say a lot obviously because I've got an impartial channel, but my eyes are open, do you see what I mean? And it does make me feel a little bit sad.
It's very sad when you think you see veterans on the street. They're not in hotels, you know, taking the winter fuel away from the old folk. We know what that's about.
What do you think that's about? Can you say it?
Can I say it?
Yeah.
to unalive them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's what
I didn't actually think of that, but
yeah, to unalive them. Along with everything else. I mean, you know, to actually attack people that are vulnerable.
yeah, homeless. To me, the homeless are they don't want to be homeless.
No.
I know a lot of people say that they want to be homeless. Some homeless want to be, but really mentally, if they were in a different mindset, I don't think they would. You see what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just disturbing.
I mean, the veterans themselves, I mean, you know, they've got PTSD, what they've seen, the atrocities, and it's the same with my dad. I mean, he fought in the Japanese side of the World War II, and I thought to myself, a long time ago now, but I thought, do you know what, if he can fight, so can I.
Well, I'll leave it on that note. That's quite a strong note. Thanks for speaking to me, yeah?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. So, because there's music, I'm going to have to speak over the music a little bit. Just because it's a bit musicy. And copyright and all that. Oh, let me just say hello to let me say hello to you guys. You're right, man. You only ever dance out there? Yeah, so the music might give me a little bit of a copyright. That's the only issue. So who's this on the other side? There's another protest on the other side. Oh, it's it's a completely different protest. I'll go there in a minute and see what happens.
And I know you will be absolutely so delighted to welcome her here today. A woman who is so brave and has faced the authorities in the most beautiful, ladylike manner. She's been respectful. She's not said a bad word, and if it was me, I'd be locked up for my fishwife's dog. But no, the wonderful Lucy Conolly.
Oh, it's Lucy Conolly. Hang on a minute, let me get in there. Lucy Conolly. Sorry, mate, sorry. Let me have a look, Sorry, mate. I just wanted to see Lucy Conolly.
You know, when people are throwing the words around that they throw around, racist, bigot, all of those things, and you still come out and you still fight for your children and you still put them first, and that's amazing. And I know from my own experience, you know, everybody's a bit worried at the minute about what to say, what not to say, can we do this, can we do that, but you know what? As the saying goes, it might make your lives easier if you stay silent and do nothing now, but it won't make your children's future better and brighter. And anybody that puts themselves before a child isn't worth listening to anyway. So keep fighting, ladies, keep going, keep with the pink, and I'm so proud of you all.
So that was Lucy. That was Lucy Conolly. If you don't know who she is, go and check it out, and then you'll find her story.
Big brother! Thank you, Lucy. What an amazing woman. Thank you so much for coming and supporting us today. Now, just so that you know, I did offer our lovely friends over here to come and join us, but I think they're free Congo or something. Anyway, they're not lefties, so don't worry. Do you know what? I was just talking to the press and in Germany and France, and they said to me, what do you think about the fact that these people opposite call you racists?
Is there a counter
And I
protest?
said, why are we racist?
I don't see a counter protest.
And they said they call you racist and they call you Nazis. I said, oh, that's nice. And I said, so what do we call people who have a problem
I don't see any counter protest
with mothers
here.
and grandmothers protecting their children? What do we call them? Because there's a lot of things I'd like to call people like
Let me
that.
ask the police.
And as I said to the press,
Excuse me, is there a counter protest here today? Do you know?
They've gone.
Oh, they've
They were
gone.
here till about 10 minutes ago. They're on this side of the road.
Oh, okay.
They've moved on, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
not why we we do not want them.
So there was a counter protest,
We do not
but it
want
looks
them
like they've
here
moved
because
on.
We don't know who they are. They're not screened, they're not vetted, and most of them now are coming from Europe because Europe don't want them either. Why have we turned into the dustbin of Europe? If they can't... What? Oh, money! Sorry, I thought you were going to give me some. They're coming! Now answer me this, Keir Starmer. If these men are going to come and enrich our culture and bring their amazing scientific and engineering brains, how is it that none of them can speak English and most of them can't read and write in their own language? What are they going to do here? Nothing. They will be a strain on the economy for the rest of their lives. And funny enough, Rachel Reeves, we have got no money. Anyway, I'm not going to rant anymore because then I'll start getting a hot hormonal flush. And my HRT's wearing off. So I'm going to hand you over to our last speaker. Someone that you'll all be very familiar with, and so are the Essex Police. In fact, oh, hold on, she's here.
Oh, let me get
So I'm going to hand you over to the lovely Sarah White, who you may remember.
I think she's the girl that had the flag.
Thanks for waving a Union Jack flag.
Yeah, she's the one with the Union Jack flag.
And I don't care what they say, because we were there and we saw what went on. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Sarah White. Honour.
Sarah White, I think her name
I'm
is.
only tiny. I think you can all agree there was a terrible smell today from the Great Unwashed. I don't know if there's any of them still about, but good riddance to bad smells. Anyway, we stand here today as mothers, daughters, grandmothers, sisters and friends. And I must add, we are supported by a wonderful group of men. And what a beautiful bunch of men you all are. We are united by one cause, protecting our children and standing up for the most vulnerable in our society. Time and time again, those in power have failed us, the police, who are meant to protect our children. Too often turn a blind eye when our young girls are being groomed and preyed upon by men who stand not even here illegal, undocumented, housed at the taxpayers' expense. Instead of protecting our daughters, they make excuses and families are left to fight alone. That is unacceptable. And while this is happening, our most vulnerable are being left behind. Disabled children, children with complex needs, families living through heartbreak every single day, stripped of support, stripped of funding and stripped of dignity. Resources are being poured into those who have broken the law while our own children are left to suffer. Recently, I had a guy reach out to me, his name is Jack. His son Jackson, at 3 months old, got diagnosed with a very rare condition. He is now a year old. He has spent the last 9 months in hospital. Unfortunately, Epping Forest don't see him as a priority and have left him to sit in a hospital when he could be taken home and looked after by his father. Unfortunately, Jackson's dad was told, that Jackson has got a life-limiting condition. Does he not deserve to be at home? And while you think of the CEOs of our local councils, in Croydon, I believe he was earning more than the American president. How is this fair? And when you think they are to be given 2/3 of their final salary for the rest of their life, how is this acceptable? And while you think of the CEOs of our local councils, in Croydon, I believe he was earning more than the American president. How is this fair? And when you think they are to be given 2/3 of their final salary for the rest of their life, how is this acceptable? 'Cause So I don't care what side you are on, left or right. Surely we can all unite in one belief that children are our most precious and our most vulnerable, and surely they all need protecting, and their wants and needs and health and safety tip those of undocumented illegal men who break into our country at an alarming rate. The government would do well to remember that they are there to serve the liberties of the people in this country, something that they are not upholding. If they want to keep their position, they would do well to remember this. As Queen Elizabeth once said, never give up, never despair. When life seems hard, the courageous do not lie down and accept defeat. Instead, they are all the more determined to struggle for a better future. But it is often the small steps, not the giant leaps, that bring about the most lasting change. And while we still have more to endure, better days will return. I have said this before, and I say it again. Love the country in which you live, or go and live in a country you love. This is Great Britain. I would also just like to add that whilst we are all here today supporting one another, the problem is people in our own country are too scared to stand up for what's right. If you think about what happened to myself and Orla this morning, the company cancelled the stage because they were scared of bad publicity. All I can say to them is I am a business owner and I have lost so many customers in the recent months since my arrest and since I stood on Tommy's stage speaking. However, I believe that you have to stand up to provide a better future for our children, and I would rather die on my feet than live a life on my knees. Thank you to everybody that has showed up today. Me and Ola could not be prouder at the moment.
When the old bill just went past with their lights on, I thought they'd come to get her. I thought, wait a minute! She's in the middle of a speech. We're going to wrap up the speeches in a minute, and we're just going to have some more music and dance around.
So this is the Pink Ladies Save Our Kids protest. I'm just going to give you it from an angle, from a distance, so you can see what it looks like.
This is about
Held outside Whitehall.
And I've had people from up and down the country, women from Brighton, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Leeds, Manchester, you name it, and they have reached out and said, Orla, how can we do what you ladies are doing in Epping and Canary Wharf?
And that is the 1st of October 2025. So right next door is another protest. We're going to go and find